Hello folks, Jose here with another video tutorial for wpbasics.org. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create equal height columns in the Infinity Pro theme by StudioPress without using a plugin. This means that we will be getting our hands dirty and doing a little bit of coding. Not to worry though, I will go through each part step by step so that even a novice should be able to implement this tutorial. If you are not convinced and would prefer to use a plugin, you can check out the first video in this series of equal height column tutorials. In the first video, I get the same results as in this tutorial, the only difference being that in that video, I use a plugin. The technique that is shown in this video should work on most WordPress themes with slight modifications. I would encourage you to try this non-plugin method, as this is a great way to get familiar with coding jQuery. In this video, we will create a match height init.js file and add code to the JS file. We will enqueue the match height -init.js file using functions PHP, and finally we will customize the match height -init.js code to target the elements that we want. Well, enough with the introduction. Let's get started. Step 1. Go to your themes directory and create a file called match-height-init.js inside of your JS folder. Since this is WordPress, we cannot just copy the JavaScript code from GitHub. We must first create a jQuery wrapper. The jQuery wrapper is needed because the jQuery library included with WordPress is set to no conflict mode. This is to prevent compatibility problems with other JavaScript libraries that WordPress can link to. You can read more about no conflict mode at the learn.jquery.com website. I will put the link in the description and on my website, wpbasic.org. In the no conflict mode, the global $ shortcut for jQuery is not available, and therefore we must wrap our JavaScript with a jQuery wrapper. With all that said, go ahead and go to your match-height-init.js file and add the following code. This is known as the jQuery wrapper, as it will wrap our JavaScript code. Now we need to add some code to our functions PHP file so that WordPress recognizes our jQuery code. Go ahead and go to your functions.php file and first add a comment to the enqueue scripts and styles section of the file. Now copy the code on line 55 of functions.php and paste it on line 59. Replace infinity -match-height with jQuery.match-height. This is just a name and can be anything you choose. Next, go ahead and change the file path from /js/match-height.js to /match-height-init.js. Save your code. Let's go to our browser and make sure that our file is being loaded. I will be using Google Chrome. I suggest you do the same if you want to follow along. Now go ahead and right-click anywhere on the browser page and then select View Page Source. Now go ahead and hit Control and the letter F and search for match-height-init.js. You should see the file being loaded like this. Once you are done with this, move on to step 2. Step 2. Now we need to add some code to the file we created in step 1 to make things work. The jQuery match height code that you will need can be found at github.com. I will post the full URL in the description of this tutorial and on my webpage, wpbasics.org. Go ahead and visit the GitHub page and scroll down to the section that is titled Usage. Copy the code that looks like this. Go ahead and paste it in your match-height-init.js file. Save your code and move to the next step. Step 3. For our purposes, the default options are all that we require in the match-height-init.js file. So go ahead and delete the word options from your code. If you want, you can read more about other options on the GitHub page. Next, we need to specify the selector for the columns we want to be of equal height. To do this, go to your browser and hover your cursor over one of the columns that you want to be of equal height and select Inspect. The line of code that is attached to the column that you hovered over should now be highlighted. In this case, it is a div that contains a class called ContentBox. Go ahead and copy this code and then move to step 4. Step 4. Now go ahead and go back to your match-height-init.js file and replace the word item with content-box. Your code should now look like this. Now go ahead and save your code and go back to your browser. Refresh your page and you should now have beautiful equal-sized columns. That's it. That's all there is to it. Well, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and visit my webpage, wpbasic.org, for other great tutorials. Bye now.